Sobeys and Safeway Liquor Beer of the Week on The Nielsen Show, only on EdmontonSportsTalk.com.
All right, not bad work. Not bad work. One last thing left to switch here, and then we will be good to go. Zach, you'll have to switch this back up after, all right, buddy? Actually, Zach, you can push this in. I can't see it. Throw that one in there, and then we'll have 4 mics wide. We haven't gone 4 mics in the studio before, so it's looking pretty good here. Let me just fire that one up there, and we should be good to go. Garrett, how you doing, buddy?
Pretty good. How are you?
Good to see you. And who have you brought with you today, Garrett?
This is Adam. I'll let him introduce himself a bit.
Hey guys, I'm Adam from Snake Lake Brewing Company. Thanks for having me here today.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wicked.
Thanks a lot for sliding in.
Yeah, no worries at all. Yep. So can I talk about the brewery a little bit here?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. How long have you guys been around?
We've been around since 2018. We
Okay.
opened. We bought our building in 2017, built out all through the rest of that year, and then 2018 in February we opened up and been rolling ever since. So it's been.
How'd you get into it? Like, what was the driving force? Like, did you just love beer? And you're like, I want to try this.
Yeah, well, we were homebrewing on the side. I'm a mechanic. I was doing it in the oil field for
Okay.
about 14 years on heavy equipment. And my business partner actually is an instrumentation tech. So, we were working together and we're like, man, we got to get out of here. We got to do something different. And we were homebrewing on the side. And then all of a sudden one night we had one too many beers and decided we should build a brewery.
That's how good ideas
And,
start.
How many breweries do you think start like that, though, right? Like,
Absolutely.
But the next day I called him. I'm like, man, were you serious? He's like, yeah, I think we should go for this. So we built the business plan and now we're making beer. And it's been, 6 years. We've got the building next to us, built a distillery, and everything's been rolling
wow, so
pretty
you're
good.
like expanding everything?
Yeah,
It's going
every
really
year.
well.
That
Holy
day after
smokes.
confirmation must have been. It's one thing to dream it up the night of, but then the next day when
Yeah.
you're like, actually, let's do this, and then you're
Oh,
let's
yeah.
go, eh?
And having your wife be okay with it.
Yeah, that's true. You need to have the approval there as well. All right, so Snake Lake Brewing.
Yep.
All right. Okay. So what do we got? What do we bring in here today? Garrett's our mixer. You gonna mix something here?
Oh, we'll be doing some mixing at the end.
Okay.
Don't you
Okay.
worry.
Good. I like that. All right.
So we'll go through all 5. So I'll let
Okay.
him talk about them.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
We'll start with beer of the week. Oh well, you know what? We'll see if we start with beer of the
You
week.
want to say beer of the week?
So why don't you can introduce them kind of as we go, and then just take us through which one you think in order, so they don't.
They all have a
till
story,
till the
right?
next
Like-
one.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll start with the Pilsner if that's
Okay,
cool. 'cause
all
it's
right,
kind of
let's
the
start with
lightest
the Pil.
on the palate.
Okay.
This is a
Was that your first one? Did you start
it's
with
one of
the
the first beers that
Okay,
we opened with 6 at the time, 4 cores, and then
Oh
2
wow! So
seasonals.
you were like 2. Let's go and.
But this beer is super cool because when we built, we kind of did something a little bit different than a lot of places. We put a reverse osmosis system in, like a full water treatment plant. So we stripped like 7,000 liters of water at a time and then rebuild it back up to whatever country the water profile comes from. So this is a German Pils. We pull the region's water profile, strip
What?
the water, put the calcium chloride, the calcium sulfide, the pH level back in, make it as if you turned on the tap there and made the beer. Like water's your biggest ingredient in beer.
Nice touch.
So like, it would be like coming out of the tap in. Really?
Yeah, so it's region
Wow.
specific. And look how clear this is. This beer is spotless.
How do you strip water? Like how's that?
Well, it goes through a bunch of softeners, and there's a whole
Okay.
process system
All
we've
right.
got built in.
More than a Brita.
But
Yeah, like it's more than
It's
just
like a really
It's just
big
a
Brita.
German Brita.
yeah.
But this is absolutely spotless, and it is completely unfiltered. We don't filter anything. This sits for like 40 days. This beer has won gold for us out of Canada 2 consecutive years
Seriously?
throughout the past. Yeah, this is a great
In
beer.
which category? Just in like
German Pilsner.
German Pilsner.
Yep.
The best one in Canada.
For 2 years in a row, that was like a couple years ago. We won those back to back.
Well, congratulations, buddy.
Yeah.
All right, well, cheers to the Edmonton Oilers.
Yeah.
Cheers.
3 years in a row, eliminating the
And to-
Los Angeles
man.
Kings there.
Delicious.
Yeah, how important is it for a brewery to have like one of your staples really knock it out of the park, right? Like that's kind of how people would branch out after that, right?
Yeah, and we kind of wanted to have one. Like Sylvan was pretty new to craft beer when we opened. Also, by the way, Snake Lake was the original name of Sylvan. That's why we're called that. So that's
Really?
why, yeah, I think it changed in 1903. But anyways, yeah, we were pretty new to craft beer, and so like we wanted to have one kind of gateway beer, but still have like an on-point, judgeable, like characteristic craft beer. And so this is what we ended up coming out with, and it went over really well for us. It was actually kind of funny. There was restaurants in Sylvan that hadn't even tried our beer, and they were like, bring us a keg, bring us tap handles. Like they
You're going to change the town name back. Yeah, why not?
But yeah, the support there's unreal. So it's pretty cool. And like this is a fantastic like gateway beer if you want to call it
Yeah,
that.
exactly. Right. That's
Real
one of the.
clean,
Okay,
yeah.
where are we going next? What are we doing next here?
So now we'll do the drink easy.
Okay.
This one's super funny. So this is a 3.9% low cal, low carb. We made this as a joke originally. It came out in January of after one of the New Year's parties.
Okay.
Everyone's doing their resolutions. Everyone is, like trying to work out, not drink so much. So we made this light beer. And what we did is we dried it right out. It's hoppy, it's hazy, it's still in New England. But we basically fermented it down so there's no residual sugar and then brought that balance back with monk fruit. So monk fruit's like 100 times. I had to Google this
a
on the
monk
brewers.
fruit.
Yeah, when they said
So
they were
a real
going to use it.
natural approach here.
Oh
eh?
yeah.
Like, yeah.
And so we did this, and it's like, so this comes out like that can's like only 140 calories, but it's still got all the flavor of like a sessionable IPA. So pretty cool.
We're getting healthy here.
Oh yeah.
It's really here's to health.
You can-
Cheers to health.
Why not?
Cheers to health with Snake Lake.
So that's got all the hop flavor. That's a lot more of a
It
craft
does
beer.
have the hoppiness there, but you're right. Wow, that's
light,
it.
easy.
You're not
Yeah.
packing
Yeah.
it away in the, it's kind of lighter in the,
Exactly. So
Yeah, I
you
like
can
that.
like pump iron and drink this. And feel okay.
All right, where are we going next?
So now we'll jump from there. We'll go. Let's do the IPAs and then we'll end with the
Okay.
sour.
Sure.
So Sidewinder IPA. This is our best-selling beer we make.
Yeah, I recognize that name. Had that a few times.
That-
I've heard Sidewinder
Sidewinder,
before. Yeah,
Yeah, and it's got a big, like every Sobeys in Alberta
Yeah.
carries this, and
Okay.
actually starting into in Saskatchewan now.
Oh, perfect.
But this beer, so this is a hazy New England style IPA. If you smell that, it's got that awesome nose on it. That's all the dry hops. So we put hops in cold on this one, and it gets the flavor and aroma, but not the bitterness. And
So
this-
that's something you can do with hops too. You, hot or cold.
yeah.
Okay.
The longer you boil a hop, like when you put hops in hot.
So you put them in raw, basically.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay.
And then when you put them in hot, it pulls the bitterness out of them as well, the longer you boil them.
Okay.
So we do a little bit of that. Being a lake town, we make chilled beers. But this one, we put them in cold as well. And then that's where that flavor and aroma, it smells so nice. There's no actual citrus in here. It's all
Okay.
from the hop combination.
All right. Well, cheers to Leon Draisaitl having a hell of a series there for the Edmonton Oilers. Once again, as they eliminate the Kings, didn't they?
So that's a full-blown IPA. Lots of flavor, lots of bitterness, lots of, well, not a lot of bitterness, but it's there comparative to the other ones.
Yeah, not a crazy amount of bitterness.
No.
I mean, more bitter than the other
No,
ones.
yeah,
that we have.
yeah.
But yeah, like that's really good.
But it's got, like, this is our flagship beer that's named after the Sidewinder water slide that was in town.
Okay,
They're
yeah.
gone now, but
Yeah.
that's where that
All
came
water
from.
slides are gone.
Yeah. It sounded cool back in the early 1900s.
Yeah.
Water slides.
Where is the closest outdoor water slide that you could go on right now?
Ooh. Well, they moved some of them to golf.
Yeah,
I
like
think
public
they're private.
pool.
Oh,
like a
actually,
small public pool.
Trestle Creek Golf Course has the old water slides from the West End here out there.
Yeah.
That's the only one I can think of right now.
That sounds safe.
But not for you, say.
It's not
Go
on
down
the
at your own,
course, Garrett.
yeah.
Oh, Garrett doesn't talk for 3 minutes. Slides in with a bomb there. That's pretty good. All right, where are we going next?
Okay, now we'll go after this is the beer of the week, the flagship. Or
Okay.
not
Garrett, what's the
flagship, sorry,
deal on this
is
one,
our,
Garrett? What's the deal?
So this is Taco IPA. So all of them are on for $14.99,
Okay.
and this one is the beer of the week.
Okay, this is the beer week. All right, beauty.
So Taco IPA, this is also New England, hazy, juicy, but we brew this one with lime zest, sea salt, and corn maize.
yeah.
And then a touch of, well, there's a bag of tortilla chips in there too. But
What?
it's called the Taco IPA. We release it every year for Cinco de Mayo. It does not taste like tacos. It does not taste like ground beef. There's no beef in it.
Did you say you put a bag of Doritos?
Well, he just
Yeah.
kind of threw that in, and he also tossed a bag of chips in there too. Why not?
Really? You can do
So
that, eh?
it's actually named like our brewer originally when we opened. His name was Octavio. He's on the can actually.
I see
We
this
still
guy on
leave
the
him
can,
there.
yeah.
So he doesn't work with us anymore. He's an amazing guy. When we opened, my business partner's daughter couldn't pronounce Octavio, so she called him Taco. And
Okay.
so we created the Taco IPA. It's named after him, Taco. It's not actually named after the flavor of his tacos, but we do it at Cinco de Mayo every year. And it's this beer, like we did 2 tanks of it this year. It was sold before it was even in the cans. Like people
Come on,
pre-order.
no
It's
way.
crazy. This beer has such a following. So we do it every year, and it's we still leave him on the can as a tribute.
That's nice.
Like to
That's-
Octavio.
Hey, here's
Octavio.
it's,
Octavio,
Octavio
yeah,
or Taco. The legacy lives on.
And you get that lime, so from the lime zest, so it's a little different than the Sidewinder.
Oh, yeah.
Sea salt at the end.
Oh,
It's like-
it springs up in the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but it makes you
Hey,
want
there's
a
a,
little
there's
bit
a
more.
lot
Yes,
going
yes,
on
you're
there with
right.
this beer. I like it.
Yeah, and that's why it's got that following because it is a little bit different. We don't want to do it all year so people get bored of it.
Yeah.
but yeah, it's a good one to have all the time.
That's really
Like,
nice. I mean, what else do you
every
have?
year,
What's,
sorry.
Risky.
the last one? What's this one?
So this one we just
That
released.
one's really good. I like that. That taco beer is good.
So this is new this year.
Okay, so brand new. So how long does it take to put one of these bad boys together? Like when you say it's new, were you working on it for like 6 months, put it together in 3 weeks?
Yeah, we have like a seasonal brew schedule like coming up for what's going to be new for the year. The brewers kind of decide through like early on, and then we have a schedule out. But this one, like to make this, it takes about 21 days to make an ale. 40 days for lager. Anyways, this is a kettle sour.
So color here.
The sour, the way this one's made is we actually sour the kettle. We put lactobacillus, which is a bacteria, in our kettle. And it actually converts a lot of the leftover starches or sugars into lactic acid, which gives you lactobacillus.
What?
Yeah, I know big words. It's the best for passwords if you want to use stuff like that.
What's your password? Lactobacillus.
Obviously.
21. Lactobacillus 21.
But anyways, so we put that in. It sours mixed citric acid. So that's where the sour comes from. Like when you drink these and they're tart, that's the citric acid in there. Then we put it in the tank. And this one has real mangoes, real pineapple. This is all real fruit.
All these, you take no shortcuts with any of this.
No.
Like you're going the water, the mold or whatever you're putting in the acid. I mean, all of this is like real, and you're not there's no synthetic type of fake sugar or whatever.
And fruit is expensive, but we buy it and put it in because you want real flavors, real colors, real aromas. That's what it is. So craft beer is a homemade loaf of bread compared to a store-bought loaf, right?
What is the biggest cost?
Oh man!
Like you mentioned, fruit is expensive, but overall, what would be your biggest cost?
Like in a batch, I bet the grain bill would be the biggest.
Okay,
because I mean, like in our IPA, if we make a single batch, it's like 850 kilos of grain go in that. So, but it's all local Alberta grain. We have a 40-foot grain silo from Alberta. Like we work with RAR and BSG out of Alex.
Nice.
So like it's pretty cool. We drive by these fields of world-class grain that people buy all over the world, and we get to make beer with it. Like,
do you get to bring it in on a train or something? That'd be cool.
That'd be pretty neat. Yeah,
that'd be kind of neat. You're gonna get there one day.
Shovel it off.
We got a train coming. That'd be pretty sweet.
I think it's a Kenworth, but
whatever works. Whatever works. Excellent. All right, now, well, cheers.
Cheers.
Garrett, I'll just say, this guy's way more informative than you are.
Are you sure you don't like my 10 second
I was going to
spiels?
say, if we can get more brewers in on Beer of the Week, I think we're ahead of the game. I'll just throw it out there.
Isn't that
That's
good?
a lot going on there. Can I see the can one more time,
Absolutely.
please?
Yeah, but then you'll forget about this last part, which is the mixing.
Oh, you are, and you do have to serve a purpose.
I do have one thing.
Yeah. You are
I
going
bring to the table.
Now, man, that
Real good.
Pour me a little bit more of
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Because
That's
I was,
I'm gonna need it for mixing.
No, well, this is it's like the sour hits you, but it doesn't kill you.
No.
Like I was waiting, like
There's no pucker.
You get it, you're like, oh, it's sour, but then there's no like, oh, it's sour.
and that's the fakeness. That's when the puckering to me is the synthetic sour. Right. Yeah, ugh, too much. But this is just a natural.
That's a really good sour, man.
We try to do everything balanced. Like everything from Snake Lake has a lot of like balance. It's approachable. I don't even like using that word. I don't know why I did, but anyways, it's really easy. Everything's nice and smooth. Like I say, we're a tourist town. We want people to have a couple beers. We don't want it to be a life experience. We're like, wow, that was good, but I'm never drinking one again.
Yeah.
We want to crush a bunch.
But what's your website?
www.snakelake.beer.
I could have guessed. Oh, .beer.
.beer.
.beer is a thing now?
Oh, we made that.
Oh, man.
I gotta give him a visit here. That's
Buddy, that's amazing.
And yeah, all of our stuff's available on there. Obviously, it's Sobeys too.
Yeah.
And so run and check the stuff out. I really recommend going to grab this, whoever's watching.
Mixing man. What do you what do you mix here?
We got to do beer of the week, and I think we do the sour.
Yep.
So we'll do the
the
taco IPA and the sour.
So we're going sour and the taco.
The Octavio sour.
Okay, now let me ask you this, Adam. What do you think of this mix? Like, do you think this is gonna work?
I love this.
Have you been down this road before? Have you tried this mix?
Nope.
Is this first time trying to? Love it.
All right, yeah.
Actually, when I heard we were doing this today, I was kind of excited about it and see what happens.
Let's see how it is. So, okay, so
Garrett's a madman.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He's been mixing.
Is this the new beer for next year?
Yeah. Well, it worked last week. That strawberry one that we mixed with the blonde.
Yeah.
The strawberry
Oh,
blonde
hell
mix
yeah.
last week.
Yeah.
That was real nice.
So this is a New England taco pineapple mango sour.
Say that one more time.
New England taco pineapple mango sour.
All right,
Cheers.
perfect. Yeah, cheers, guys. Here we go.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're doing that.
Oh man, that is delicious.
There you go.
What's the beer guy say?
It's all right.
Okay.
Do you like it?
I'm not opposed.
Yeah, that's
for it.
really good. Garrett, you've done it again.
I've done it again.
mad
Well
genius.
done, sir.
Hasn't been a bad mix
Yeah,
yet.
there we go. All right, so with the beer of the week, which one is the beer of the week?
So tacos beer of the week.
Okay,
They're
taco
all
beer of the
on
week. Okay.
$14.99. Mix and
Beauty.
match, do your thing. And the
All
other
right.
thing is Cinco de Mayo, so 20% off all tequila as well.
Oh yeah, that's something you need
Hello.
to play off.
Okay, now you.
Yeah.
You
Hey
got
man,
me
nice
here.
meeting you. Thanks a lot for coming in. We'll let you guys slide
Thank
out
you.
as we wrap the show. Let me ting those mics down. That was fun. It's nice having a brewer in. Nothing, Garrett. You bring good information as well. I mean, but it's nice having an expert in. Zach, we got to flip this back. We'll flip that back. Yeah, exactly. Beer people want to talk about their own product, we can do that with Sobeys and Safeway Liquor Beer of the Week.